Okay, so this is the chapter 11 M.1 mastery problem, and it's covering our objectives 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, and it would be on page 340 in your book. So basically, it's giving us these transactions, and they want us to journalize them. So journalize the transactions for Williams Market during December of the current year. Use page 12 of the general journal. Journalize the January transaction on page 16 of the cash payment journal. Source documents are abbreviated as follows: Memorandum M, Debit Memorandum, DM, Credit Memorandum, CM, Sales Invoice S. No C is required in the check number column. Y'all know I like to add that C. Okay, so we're going to give a credit. And I want to remind you, because it's been a while since we've done this, if you click right here on the book, so the little blue book, and we click Table of Contents, we can go down to chapter 11 and see exactly what we're doing. So on this one, what is it? It's a credit for damaged merchandise. So okay, so it's this one, look, and it shows you exactly what to do. See if it's gonna. Okay, so it's right here. So sales returns and allowance and the sales tax payable are both the debits, and the credit is to the accounts receivable. So I'm just going to. I don't want to close that, but okay, so hold on. I'm going a little bit crazy here. Okay, so this goes on the general journal, right? And the general journal is, there's no special column, so we have to do a debit and a credit. So this is December of the current year. So DEC period 2. And the account title is going to be sales returns and allowance. Okay, I guess it's not going to be that. Oh, because I always don't put the S on allowances, right? I do that every single time. And the document number is CM68, which is credit memo 68. And the debit is for $49. And then the sales tax payable is going to be a debit because we're decreasing the amount of sales tax payable, because payables increase with the credit, decrease with the debit, $392. And then the credit is to the accounts payable for JD's Cafe. JD, really? Okay, so it doesn't want to take that. So I'm going to look at the chart of accounts and see what it says. It is JD's Cafe. I mean, oh, I'm so sorry. You're so right. Thank you. See, y'all should have told me. Accounts receivable, JD's Cafe. Duh. I'm sorry. I'm working on payables in the other class, and so in accounting too. So I'm like, all messed up in my brain. And then the credit is for $52.92. And then we bought supplies on account from Kessler Supply. So this is the third. And we bought supplies, store supplies on account. So we don't know what they're naming their supplies, so we can definitely go back to our chart of accounts again and look in our assets, and it's supplies-store. That's pretty standard for this book, but I like to look. And it is memo 335. and it is for $231. And then this one is going to be, the debit is for the accounts payable. $231. Okay. Next is we learned that a sell on an account to Rib Shack was incorrectly charged to the account of Restaurant DeVille. So we did a sell on account that was supposed to go to Rib Shack, but we charged Restaurant DeVille. So if we are doing a sell on account, that's accounts receivable, right? So we need to do accounts receivable. We need to debit the correct account. So 6, we would do accounts receivable for Rib Shack. Probably a memo 336 for $754. And then we're just going to credit the account that we put it on that was wrong. Accounts receivable for Restaurant DeVille for $754. And then on the 12th, we return merchandise to Great Lake Produce. Okay, let's see what it's called on chart of accounts. Okay, so it's purchases, returns, and allowances. That might be the wrong place. I didn't even look at it yet. Let me look at it again. Great Lakes Produce is the accounts payable. Okay, so actually the debit is to the accounts payable because we're making it less for Great Lakes Produce. And that is debit memo 93, and that is for $256. And then that's the purchases is the credit. Okay, on 15, the board of directors declared a dividend of 34 cents per share. Capital stock issued is 8,600 shares. So if I go to my calculator, it's 8,600 times 0.34, right? 2924 is the total amount. So that's going to be hold on, I'm sorry, somebody's IMing me. Declared a dividend for 34 cents per share, capital stock issued. Okay, who knows how to do this one? Because I is not coming to my brain. What did y'all do? Do y'all remember? I mean, I can look at the book just like y'all can, but I just can't remember. We haven't declared a dividend in so long. Let's see. It should be, oh, dividends payable. Why was I thinking it was retained earnings? I don't know. Okay, so we're just going to do dividends as the debit and dividends payable. Dividends for that 2924. And then the credit is dividends payable. And then on the 23rd, we gave credit to Connie's Bakery for merchandise returned from that invoice. And there's a credit memo and there's the tax. So basically that one is just the same. Oh, let me see if I can move this up. I hate when I can't move it up. So it's basically the same exact one as this: sales returns and allowance, sales tax payable, and accounts receivable. And then that is CM69, and that is $189. Remember the sales tax payable debit is going to be just the sales tax that we're refunding them. And then this is the credit to their accounts receivable. And it's for those two amounts added together, and it does this for us. And then we return merchandise to Century Foods. So that is just like the same one we did before. This one, the accounts payable and purchases, returns, and allowances. So the way that goes is we do our accounts payable, we are debiting it because we are decreasing it. And then purchases, returns, and allowances. Thanks. 358. Now this January 15th one is a paid cash for dividends. So we need to do January 15 on the cash payments journal. And we are taking it out of our dividends payable and we're paying cash now. So this goes to dividends payable. And remember, they don't want us to put the C for the check. I always do. We're crediting cash for that amount. Let me go see it. $29.24. We are debiting dividends payable, $29.24. And that's that. And then grade step 1. Oh, I didn't put the thing on there. Okay, so they want the accounts payable, and I did mess that up. I didn't put the Kelsar supply, and then you don't have to put accounts receivable for Rib Shack and accounts receivable for Restaurant DeVille. You just leave those like that. But if you mess that up, don't redo it, because that's crazy to do that for just that little bit of a thing. I'll give you some points if you let me know. Okay, so now they're going to take this and they want us to put it to the accounts payable ledger, the accounts receivable ledger, or the general ledger. So we would start with sales returns and allowances in our general ledger. It's so hard when it's this big. I don't like it. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to make it a little bit smaller so I can see it. Okay, sales returns and allowances gets a debit of $49 on the 2nd. I might just want you to put a G, not a DJ. I don't know. And then it's $49. We add it in there. That's $84.66.10. And then we take this account number 4130 and we stick it right up here. 4130. And then sales tax payable. This is on the 2nd. It's a debit for $3.92. See, we have a credit balance, so then we have to subtract it, right? Because we have a debit balance and we have a credit, so it's subtracted. 890.25. Then I take this account number 2120 and I stick it right here. Okay. So for this one, I have to do accounts receivable and I have to do JD's Cafe. So I'm going to do my accounts receivable and my general ledger first. And that's on the 2nd for $52.92. It's a credit, so it subtracts out of my accounts receivable. And it's 16. Okay, yeah, that's right. 16,429.23. I take that account number and I'm going to put it right here. Then I'm going to put a slash after it because now I have to go do it to JD's Cafe, which is right here. I'm going to put the second, and it's credit for $52.92. Oh, is that how much I did over there? And so we subtract that from what they owe us. 1509.08. And then this account number of 160 comes up here after the dash. And then we keep going. Let me check this. I did do 52.92. And then we're going to just go through and do the same stuff on all of these. Does anybody need me to do that step by step? Okay. So I'm going to save and continue because it doesn't affect my grade. So it says I haven't finished all the steps, but it's fine. It's going to show me. Oh, so I'm done. Grade the assignment now. If I go back in, you can see how it looks with the grading. Come on. So basically, you're just, what it missed was the getting these moved over and having these account numbers here. And remember that if it has a slash, it's going to have the two numbers in the posting reference, and make sure you post it to both the controlling account and the subsidiary account. And then, these were already done. I didn't do all the accounts receivable, etc. Okay, so now we're going to do the M-2. And the main event is, just kidding. Okay. Oh, it's got 9, 10, and 11 in it, guys. Woohoo, so fun. Okay, so we sold merchandise on account to Larry Simmons for $47.80 plus sales tax. That goes in our sales journal. So we're going to come down to our sales journal and we are going to do December 1, and it is Larry Simpson. How is it not accounts receivable Larry Simpson? So let's look to see what his account is called. It's called Larry Simpson. Sold merchandise on account to Larry Simpson. I don't get it. Okay, we're just going to put Larry Simpson. I guess it knows that it's the accounts receivable. I normally put that even if you don't have to have it, but okay. S395 is the sales journal. Accounts receivable debit is the whole amount. Oh, we got to add it. Plus sales tax. Okay, hold on. Did it tell us the sales tax amount? 6%. 286.80. Oops. 47.80. The sales credit is 47.80. The sales tax payable credit is 286.80. And then we need to add that together to get the accounts receivable. 506,680. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we paid cash to Perkins Properties for rent. So we need to find the cash payments journal. Yes. $800 on the second. Oh, is it December? Yeah. $800, 518. Check number 518, $800, and then credit to cash $800. Okay. Okay. The next one is the board of directors declared a dividend of 20 cents per share. Capital stock issued is 20,000 shares. So this is going to go into our general, which is right here. And it's going to be December 3rd, and then it's dividends. And that is M68. And we go to our calculator, and we're going to do 20,000 shares times 0.20, $4,000. And then dividends payable is the credit for $4,000. And then we received cash on account from the Coastal County Schools. So we received cash. So it's cash payments journal right here. And it is December the 4th. I have to do a sales discount too. It's like they're trying to make everything way harder. Okay, Coastal. Do they have the down? Oh no, darn it. I thought they were going to make it easy for us. Have a drop down. And then document number is R289. And so we are crediting their accounts receivable for the whole amount. We are getting, we're giving them a discount of 2%. So it's 814.80 times 0.02, 16.30 is the sales account discount debit. And then we're going to subtract the 2 for the cash. $798.50. So remember, last year people would get this wrong all the time because they would do the accounts receivable credit for the amount of the cash, but that's not right because then it would still show they owed you $16.30. You have to do the accounts receivable for the whole amount and then have the debits, the two debits add up to the amount. We paid cash to Ullman Paper. So cash payments journal, that's the 5th. Office supplies, so supplies, office, check number 519, and that is going to be a debit in general for 169 and a credit to cash for 169. Then we pay cash on account to Gene Corporation for 2618 less the 2% discount. So that's also the cash payments. So it's 6. I think this one you need to put the accounts payable, but we're going to make sure. Nope. Okay, you just are going to put the name. Gene Corporation. And it is check 520. And so we are going to take away our whole accounts payable amount of the 2618, and then the purchases discount is going to be that we get the discount now. So 2618 times the 2% is 4336. So then we would just pay cash for that difference. 2574.64. All right. And then we purchase merchandise on account from Wilson Metal. So we need to go to our purchases journal. And on there we do December 7. Where am I? Wilson Metals. $315. 9,000 less a 60% trade discount. Okay. Oh, no. You have to multiply it. We would have to subtract out the 60%. So if you multiply it by 40%, then you know the amount. I don't know if y'all know that hint. Or you could just multiply this by 60 and then subtract it out of the 9,000. That doesn't feel like that's right. Yeah, it is. Okay. We bought office supplies on account. Office supplies on account. Okay, it's going to have to be in our general ledger or general journal. So 8, and it's going to be office supplies. Oh, supplies office. And M69 for $148, and then it's accounts payable Barger office supply. And then on the 9th, we pay cash to Dave Signs for miscellaneous expense. So we come to our cash payments journal. And the 9th, miscellaneous expense. And that's check 521. And it's $42, and then a cash credit of $42. And then on 10th, we sold merchandise on account to LaDonna Atkins. So we come to our sales journal and we do the 10th, LaDonna Atkins, sales journal 396, and it's a sales credit of 2410. Our sales tax payable credit, remember, is at 6%, which is 144.60. And then we're going to add those together to get our debit. 2554.60. Okay, LaDonna. Okay, we paid cash to Daniel Promotions for advertising. So we come down to cash payments journal. And this goes to, it doesn't go to Daniel Promotions, it goes to advertising expense. And that is check number 522 for $590, and then credit cash for $590. And then on the 13th, we paid our electric bill, so it's utilities expense. I could spell it right. And that is check 523 for $347.50. On the 14th, we purchased merchandise on account from Quitman Manufacturing. So we purchased merchandise on account. Purchases journal. And it's the 14th, and it's from Quitman Manufacturing. and that is P316 for 4818. Then we sold merchandise on account to Coastal County Schools, and they're exempt from sales tax. So, sales journal, and it's the 15th, and it's Coastal County Schools. Sales invoice is 397, and it's for 3448 and 3448. Oop, no, wrong one. I hit tab too many times. Did you see that? Because there's no sales tax. So you can put a 0 there, but you don't have to. Oh, it doesn't actually even let you put a 0, I guess. Yeah, it just goes away. We granted a credit to Larry Simpson for merchandise returned. So he's returning merchandise to us, right? And Larry Simpson is the sales journal. So it is accounts receivable. Oh, right. You know what drives me crazy, guys, is when you're using online software, it just like kind of fills it in for you. So it's kind of crazy that we have to type it out on every single thing. CM21, and it is going to be for, I feel like I'm doing this one wrong. I am doing this one wrong. It's sales returns and allowances. I'm going to stop me when I'm doing things wrong. 229, and then sales tax payable. $13.74, and then the total is to accounts receivable for $242.34. Okay. We recorded cash and credit card sales. So we're going to come down here to cash receipts. And this is on the 17th. And here is a check mark, right? And this is probably a cash register tape, so it's TS49. And we do a sales credit for $61.48.90. The sales tax credit of sales tax payable credit of $332.04. Oh, I'm sorry. Sales credit is for, that's right. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. $61.48.90, and your debit is to cash. I'm gonna make that one way harder. Okay. We return merchandise to Jean Company. So what I like to do is I like to look where I did Jean Company. There it is. I have an accounts payable for them. I owe them money. So we are coming up here to our general journal. And this happened on the 18th. And it's a payable. So it's accounts payable. We're going to debit accounts payable to reduce our amount we owe them. Jean Corporation. And it's R290, which is for $540. And this is for purchases, returns, and allowances. Okay. Now, we received cash on account from Joseph Greggs. So, cash receipts journal right here. And that is on the 22nd. And it is Joseph Greggs. And R290, we're going to credit their, yes, we are. 2219.15. I feel this is wrong. Sales discount debit. Oh, okay. There's no sales discount. And then we paid cash for the dividend declared. So we can do that in our cash payments journal, which is the 28th. We're going to do dividends payable. And it's check number 524. I can come up here and find the dividends. $4,000. and credit cash. Ooh, not that much. And then we paid cash to replenish a petty cash fund. So we can do this on our cash payments journal. It's the 30th. It's going to be advertising expense. And then this is going to be check 525. That's $49. And then miscellaneous expense for $25. And then cash short for short. So give them $2. Okay. And then the credit is for $76. And remember, you just put it once up there, right? And then that is it. Let me look to see if I think I made any mistakes. I think I'm good. Is everybody good? What do you think, Adrian? Did I do good?
I don't know. I hope you did.
Oh, how did I not put?
I guess you did not do good.
How did I miss an amount right there? There's no way I missed the amount. I know I typed that amount in.
I do that on this program a lot, where I miss like a single number or like.
And they don't want the S's on the sales journal. I think that is so dumb. If it's like a sales invoice, you should have a sales invoice, but I see it says sell number. I guess that's why they're saying that. And the same thing with purchases. I will give you points for that. Do not go redo that for that. And I guess I did this amount wrong too. Okay. Okay, so now we have to total and prove the journals. Looks like that's the next part. So the last day of December is the 31st, right? Yeah, I think so too. Total, we're going to total these up. $1169.40, and then so here so I can see it easier. $10,638, and then 286.80 plus 144.60 is 431.40. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I added the totals. There's my totals line. Now I'm going to put in the information, and I'm going to make sure that it equals. That's just what this proving term is. And then that's 11,069.40. So those are proved, right? So we have to do the same thing with this one. And this one we just put 3,600 plus 48.18 is 84.18. We know this one matches because it's the debit and the credit right there. This one, total 0, 0. $33,033.95. 3033.95. There you go. 6148.90, 332.04, 1630, and then I gotta add those up. 94.98.59. Then I'm gonna put the general debit here. Credit total, general is 0. Accounts receivable is 3033.95. Sales credit, the accounts tax payable credit, sales tax payable credit, discount, and the cash. I have to add those up down the line. 9514.89. And then 30, 33.95, 61.48.90, and 332.04 is 95.14.89. So that balances. And then we do the same thing here. Totals. We have to add up that line. $60.24.50. And 85.90.14. Okay, then I'm going to put them into the correct places. And then 86.42.50. So those match. Any questions on that? I know this is a lot, right? Oh, they want us to put totals instead of total. I hate that. I'm sorry, guys. This one you can put total, but up there you have to put totals. That's crazy. It's not letting you grade it. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Exception code -2. Now what we're doing is we're going to take all of this and we're going to post it to the general ledgers and accounts receivable ledgers, but we are actually only have like 5 minutes left. So I'm going to stop there and we're going to come back to it tomorrow. It should be okay and let you leave it. And I'm going to change the due date on this, okay? Because we took the whole class to do those. And so like I said, I know it's very long, so that's why we're moving the test to Wednesday.